Hi, today we are going to solve a problem from LeetCode. The problem is maximum area of island. So let's start with the question. You are given m into n binary matrix. So we are given a matrix of m into n. An island is a group of ones. So that ones represent the lane connecting four directional, horizontal or vertical. You may assume all four edges of the grid are surrounded by water. The area of an island is the number of cells with a value of 1 in the island. So we have to return the maximum area of an island in grid. If there is no island, return 0. So there is 1 1, so the area is 1 and it has 4 island 1 2 3 4. So the area is 4 and it is also 3 4 5, and these are not the same island because it should be connected by horizontally or vertically. So let's solve the problem, and if it have all zeros, then it have 0 areas. Let's say we have an area of the island. Let's say area of the island is 0. We have to loop through the 2D matrix, that is m into n matrix, for that is the length of the grid. And first we have to loop through the rows, then we have to loop through the columns. Grid 0 is the column, size of the column. And if we found that our cell is 1, then we have to search for our neighboring elements if there is any order element 1. So if the grid of row and column is 1, so we have to find the area of the name if there is any neighboring element. So we will use a helper function and use DFS for finding out the neighboring ones. Area of island, and we have to return the maximum area of island. So let's say area of island, if it is maximum we will take the maximum, and we have to call the a helper function called DFS. So it will search for the neighboring element, that is neighboring lanes or ones. DFS grid row and column, and after defining that we have to return our area of island, that will be maximum. Yeah, for this one DFS we have to make a helper function, that is DFS. So here we have to see, if we visited the element once, we should not visited the element twice. So we will mark it as zeros. If we visited the element once, we'll mark it as 0. It is grid of R and C, that is this cell will mark it 0 after visiting it. And the area of the island is 1. And now we have to make a list. So we have to check the upper part of the element of the matrix and the lower part of the matrix, that is row plus 1 C, let's r plus 1, that is the lower part of the element matrix C, and we have to also see the columns like C minus 1, that is the left side and the right side. So this is the list we have formed, and next we have to loop sort the list for row and column in list, and also we have to check whether we are finding inside the loop. So it should be, our element should be greater than 0, and it should be less than the length of the grid, and also same with the columns also, it should be greater than 0 and it should be length of the columns. So let's see, we will make some conditional statement. If row is greater than equal to 0 and column is greater than equal to 0 and row is less than length of grid and column is less than length of grid 0, and also check if grid of row and column is equal to 1. If it is there, then we have to call the recursive function on DFS so that we find the recursively. Self.dfs grid rc, then we have to return it the number. So these functions tries to find the number of ones recursively, and if it finds the number of ones in left side, right side, or up side or lower side, then it will increment it. So let's say, I think it may be correct, let's run it once. There is a runtime error. Maximum depth, okay. Yeah, so it should be row here, call here, yeah. So it is under this for loop. Yeah, so the answer is correct here. Let's submit this problem. Yeah, so it got accepted. So let's see about more details about it. Yeah, it got accepted in 728 cases. Let's see about some. So here we solved the problem of maximum area of island. So we are given a matrix of m into n, that is the dimensions, and if it is 1, then it represents a lane, and if it is 0, it does not represent a lane, and it's the lane is only connected by the horizontal or vertical. So the area has a value of 1, so it has 1 only. So we have to return the maximum area of the island in grid, and if there is no island, then it returns 0, like this type of case. If it is 0, then we have to return 0 because there is no island, and it should not be connected by this ways, it should be connected by vertically. So this is the maximum area is 6 here, not 11. So first what we have done is like area of the island is 0, then we loop through the matrix, that is length of the grid, that is the rows, and the length of the columns, and if we found that our land is 1, then we will take the maximum one, like we will call the helper function self.dfs, and we will, it will have some area, but we will take the maximum area in the helper function. to make sure that we are not visiting our cell twice, we make it 0 and the area is 1 here, and we have to make a list, like we have to check it left side, right side, and upper side and lower side of the position. So we check the position and also check that if row is greater than 0 and column is greater than 0, so that we are searching only in the required position. So we will call it recursively and we solve our problem in this way. I think it will help you. Thanks.